Now, this might be a good time, Mr. President, to say the Iranian government, not the Iranian people, the Iranian government are a bunch of religious nuts. Their religion tells them that if you and I or anybody don't agree with all the tenets of their religion, that they want to kill you and hurt you the entire time you're dying. As far as I'm concerned, if your religion tells you in order to be devout you have to kill somebody, you probably ought to. My experience with the Iranian government, not the Iranian people, is that they lie like they breathe. But you know what? They've got 60 days to prove otherwise.
Is there any level of trust in the Iranian people? Let's listen to Senator John Kennedy as he presents a case at hand in history of the trust level that we can have with the Iranians vis-a-vis this memo of understanding.
Last night, Mr. President, I read the memorandum of understanding between the United States and Iran. I read it twice. And for what it's worth, here's my conclusion. I think we ought to give peace a chance. And that's all I'm saying today. You're entitled to your opinion, but all I'm saying today is I think we ought to give peace a chance. I've, all week long, even before the memorandum came out, I've heard all the speculation about the agreement, the rank speculation. Listen to people say, well, I don't like this and I don't like that, and this is in it and it shouldn't be, and this isn't in it and it should be, and if we do this, this is going to happen. And it's all rank speculation. The people offering these points of view, to which they're entitled, they're not clairvoyant. They're not any more clairvoyant than I am. Just like me, they have to wait for the future, like everybody else. Here's what I see in the document. The only certainty, the only practical, real consequence of this document is that for 60 days, America has removed its blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. And for 60 days, Iran has removed its blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, which means ships containing oil and natural gas and fertilizer can go back and forth just like they were before the conflict started. The other practical consequence is that Iran will be able to start selling its oil again for 60 days. The other thing that we're certain of is that as a result of this agreement, the price of oil is going down. And as a result of that, the price of gasoline is going down. And as a result of the Strait of Hormuz being open, the price of fertilizer, for example, and other commodities that go back and forth through the Strait of Hormuz are coming down, and that's a good thing. And that's all we know. That's the only practical consequence of this document. Now, in the document, Iran says that it is willing to negotiate for 60 days to get rid of its fissile material that it can use to make a nuclear weapon, including but not limited to its centrifuges, that it uses to enrich the uranium. And in the document, Iran says we're willing to renounce our desire to have a nuclear weapon. And in the document, Iran says for 60 days, we're willing to negotiate some sort of inspection protocol so that the world can go in and make sure that Iran is telling the truth. They've got 60 days to do it. Not 160, not a year. They've got 60 days. And President Trump has said if they don't do it, I think his expression was, I'll start dropping bombs on their head again. That's the other thing that we know. Now, this might be a good time, Mr. President, to say that as I've said all week, and as I've said in another context before, I trust the Iranian government like I trust gas station sushi. The Iranian government, not the Iranian people, the Iranian government are a bunch of religious nuts. Their religion tells them that if you and I or anybody don't agree with all the tenets of their religion, that they want to kill you and hurt you the entire time you're dying. As far as I'm concerned, if your religion tells you in order to be devout you have to kill somebody, you probably ought to get another religion. My experience with the Iranian government, not the Iranian people, is that they lie like they breathe. They lie like fish swim. They learned to lie before they learned to talk. But you know what? They've got 60 days to prove otherwise. 60 days, not 160, not a year. They've got 60 days to prove otherwise. And if they don't prove it, the bombing is going to start again. I heard President Trump say it last night. Biggest Dallas, right there on television. They got 60 days. And if they don't do it, if they're jacking me around, I'm going to start bombing again. The other thing that I'm certain of today is that Iran is immeasurably weaker than it was a year ago, than it was before the United States and Israel bombed their nuclear facilities last June, and before the conflict that we've watched transpire over the last couple of months. Immeasurably weaker. There are whole swaths of Iran that look like the aftermath of a bar brawl. There are entire regions in Iran that look like something out of Mad Max 4. We have bombed the living bejesus out of them. We haven't destroyed all their missiles, but we've destroyed a bunch of them. We've destroyed their weapons production factories. We've destroyed their entire Navy. We've destroyed a lot of their drones. We have just given them a curb stomping. Hated to do it, but we did what we have to do. The private sector, Iran's got, I don't know how anybody's eating or living in Iran. They've got 70% inflation, huge unemployment. Iran today, and I regret this, but it had to be done. Iran today, its public and private sector, is held together with spit and duct tape.
Thank you, Mr. Senator John Kennedy, for your presentation. And the way you presented it is a way that we can all appreciate and understand what's at stake and what's on the table. I appreciate your trust in our president. We all voted our president into the office because we believed that our president, Donald J. Trump, will do the right thing for America first, which includes protecting Israel, the only democracy, the only true ally and friend in the Middle East. And to be there not only to protect them, but to assist Israel in fighting the war for the world. The world does not realize that the last 77 years that Israel has been reestablishing itself on the land of Israel, that is their ancestral right from the beginning. This is the Jewish homeland. Specifically, the last 47 years, since the revolution in 1979, Israel has been fending off these radical jihadists who are basically a death squad looking to terrorize Israel and any democracy in the West. And Israel has been fighting the war for the world, unquestionably, undoubtedly. They took the brunt. They sacrificed their soldiers. Here in the United States of America, because we are thousands of miles away, we're across the oceans, we may not feel the brunt of the terror that Iran and its terror regime has been inflicting, not just only in the Middle East, but throughout the world. Being a state sponsor of terror, as they have sponsored the Hezbollah, the Houthis, the Hamas, and the proxies throughout the world to terrorize the free world. As the senator said, it is their religious belief that anyone that does not believe in what they believe, we are to be killed. And they believe it, it's their religious right to unlive each one of us because we don't believe what they believe. And as he said it, as the senator said it, why would you want to be part of such a religion? Religion is supposed to be about God. It's supposed to be about being godly. Religion is supposed to be about life. Judaism is the mother of all religions. When God made the revelation 3,338 years ago on Mount Sinai, and he gave us the Ten Commandments, followed by the Torah, the Bible, he made it very clear that this whole concept of religion is founded on two words, v'chai bahem. We must live with them. The words of the Bible is about life, about living, about sustaining life, promoting life, extending life, doing everything we can to spare a life. You save one person, you're saving the world. That is what religion is about. It's about being obsessed with the living. We are all God's children. We are all created in God's image. We all were given the gift of life until we finished our mission on this world and God takes back our soul and we are no longer alive. But during that time, from the minute we are born until we die, God is counting on us to be his ambassador, to make this world a better place, to teach the world how we can coexist, even though we may have different theological beliefs, we may have different forms of prayer, we may have different religious practices, we may have different belief systems, but it does not give anyone the right to take away another person's life because they don't believe what you believe. This is the existential threat to America first. And America needs to wake up and realize that the threat against Israel is a threat against America. The threat against the Jewish people is the threat against the Christians as well. We are equally on the same target. We are on the cross eyes of Iran. They wake up every morning chanting, death to America, death to Israel. We want to annihilate and wipe Israel off the map. Any nation that says that is not a religion. It's a death cult that must be terminated, that must be neutralized. We have an opportunity now to do that. We cannot fool ourselves to believe anything that they say to be truth. They don't know what the word truth and honesty is. They will postpone and procrastinate as long as they can to try to get Trump through the midterms until he finishes his term, and they're going to go all out. They are out to destroy us and kill us. Let's not fool ourselves for 1 second to believe that they are coming to negotiations with good intentions. History has taught us. Let's not repeat history. God bless you. God loves you.